Hello everyone and welcome to another lesson. Today we have a very special lesson. I've been thinking about this for a while now. What I want to do is to create an AI agent in make.com, so fully in make.com. What I want is to do the basic things. For example, calendar, to handle the calendar, to draft emails, to do research if possible. And I want to trigger it from a Slack message, okay? Now I can trigger it in so many ways. I can trigger it with Siri, I can trigger it with Telegram. So it doesn't matter what you choose, but it can work with any trigger you want. But today we're gonna try Slack. So I'm gonna attempt this with you. So you might see me do a bit of mistakes here and there. I think it's good for you to see how I troubleshoot those mistakes and how I try to solve them, because troubleshooting is a big part of doing automations. Before I start, I wanna just remind you, I'll leave some really beneficial links in the description box below. Make sure to check them out. Hopefully they'll help you. And without further ado, I'm gonna jump right in. Okay, so I'm gonna jump with you to start creating this automation. So I'm gonna create scenario in make.com and I'm gonna call it AI agent. Okay, so I want to start with a trigger with a Slack message. So I'm going to search for Slack and I'm going to watch for private channel messages. Okay, and I'm going to choose from a list. I'm going to click this Jarvis AI and I'm going to limit the message to 1, and I'm going to say from now on. Okay, so this is all set up now. So I'm gonna get a message from Slack, and it's gonna say something, right? Do something or create something. The next thing I want to go is OpenRouter. I want to use DeepSeek because, well, it's very cheap and it's very good. So I'm gonna use it with OpenRouter. I have a video about that. Make sure to check that out if you want to know more about this. So I'm gonna create chat completion. And I'm going to pick a system message. I'm gonna pick, now you can pick whatever you want. I'm gonna pick DeepSeek, and I'm gonna say no, and I'm gonna say, for example, here just test 2 in order to click OK and for it to work. So the message will come, DeepSeek will evaluate, and then after that I want to put a router. This is where I will start to move things from one thing to another. So I'm gonna save this quickly before I start, and I'm going to get the prompt that I wrote. So I asked ChatGPT for the prompt. I told it I want to create an AI agent, I want to use DeepSeek, and I want to output a JSON file. The reason why is because with the data that I get from JSON, I will be able to branch out to different scenarios. So I want email management, I want drafting an email, I want calendar management, creating meetings, research, and creative writing. Okay, I'm gonna test this with you, so I don't know how will this work, but let us test it together. So I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna put it in here. Okay, so let me see, your professional. Okay, your goal. Okay. Okay, so let me, so this is the system message of how it is, but it came without formatting. Let me see if I can put it here. If I format it this way, is it better? Because it's all jumbled up there. So I want to copy this, see if this helps. If I put it in a notepad, will it help with the, not much. Okay. we copy this, and I'm gonna go to here and paste this. Let me say here, and here is the message, the incoming message. The incoming messages will be the text from here. Okay, and I'm gonna click OK, and I'm gonna try this. Okay, I'm gonna go to Slack here, and I'm gonna say, can you please create an email? Can you please send an email to Jack and mention that I won't be able to make it to dinner tonight. Okay, I'm gonna send this, and I'm gonna run this. I'm gonna see what kind of result I get just right off the bat. So the message, okay, so the content is a JSON. I get the email draft to true, recipient is Jack, informed that I won't be able to. Perfect. This is perfect. Okay, now what I want is to make this a JSON, so I'm gonna parse it, right? I'm gonna parse it. I'm going to parse, search for parse JSON. So parse JSON, and I'm going to, the JSON would be the system message, the message from here, content. Okay. Now I need to select let's run this. Okay, we have an error here, unexpected, because I think it gives us, so this is, sorry, we should mention that it should be only this. So please only output a JSON content like this. Let's see what, so what we want is only the JSON, so it still gives us the word JSON. Okay, now we have it. So now we have email draft true, recipient Jack, email. Okay, this is perfect. So the first one is going to be a condition, and we're going to say if draft, and I'm going to switch to booleans. Boolean, and I'm going to say here that we have true or false. True. So if this is true, it will take us here, and I'm going to say email draft. So this will be email draft. And then the second option, we're either drafting or getting an email, right? So let's try with, but first, wait, let me, so if this is true, it will go to here. Now what I want is have a Google Sheets, because I wanted to access all my contacts, right? So I'm gonna search for rows, and I'm going to select my contact sheet, which is this one. So it searches from this one, okay? So I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna, what do I have? Two contacts. It should be only one. Let's grab this sheet. It has headers, and I'm not gonna limit it. I want to filter by name, and I'm going to pick here. Okay, so this will get me the email of the person. Then I want to draft the email, so I'm going to select OpenRouter, create chat completion, and I'm going to say user, right? And I'm going to say you are please write me an email to, here I will say the recipient, which is and the subject of the message is, put this here, only output the email content, please. Okay, so I'm gonna select DeepSeek with this. Now, so this will get me what I want. So the last one is the Google email, which is Gmail, right? Send an email, and this would be I need to refresh this. I'm gonna do that. So for the sake of this preview, what I want to do is the recipient here, and I want to put the email that I got from here, email, and the subject would be, so I want to create a subject, which is a good thing. I will create one, but the content would be from here, content. Okay, for now, so I will create here, so this would be, so this will be the creating the email, the actual body of the email, and this I will create one to create the title of the email. I'll duplicate this. No, not this, sorry. Oops. I want to duplicate that one. So for this, please write me an email, a professional email, subject to the following person, and the goal of the message is only output the email subject. Okay, I'm gonna say okay. So the sixth one is okay. So the subject would be this one. But I don't want to do that. What I want is to create a multi-variable. I'm gonna set it here so I can see all the results. Here I'm gonna say name. I will see everything. And here I'm gonna say email. And here I'm gonna say subject. And here I'm gonna say body. And for this I'm gonna fill it up with all of this. So the email is this, the name is this, the email we got from here, the subject we got from this content, and the body we got from this content. Okay, what I want to make sure is that this only gives us one result. Okay, so I'm going to save this, I'm going to auto align, and I'm going to test, but I'm going to disconnect this because I need to set up this one before I do that. I'm going to tell it where to start, but first I forgot this. Please only output the email subject and keep it short and concise. Okay, I'm gonna choose from where to start. Choose manually. Okay, let's do that, and let's push this. Okay, I got it. So it's an email draft. Okay, so this should have everything we need. Let's see. We have the name, but the email we didn't get it. The subject, unable to attend dinner, but it give us subject. So we need to fix that. And here is also perfect. So here's what we need to do. Why is this 0? So what did it get? So it got why? So I said recipient name. So let's see, the recipient name is Jack. Okay, it should get Jack. A, B, text equal. That's weird. Let me see here, the contact. I have Jake, I don't have Jack. Let me see, is it the problem here? Yeah, I think that's it didn't find because I said, okay, I'm gonna rename it to this. So you have to make sure the contact is there, otherwise, or you'll make another case where if there's no contact, it does certain things. But here I want to see, because the message it put here, so I want to say don't only output and don't include the subject at the beginning. And sign off of the email with the email as Jared. Okay, so here we have, we're currently fixing things, so don't include, and I need to do it to the subject here. Don't include the word subject. I'm gonna save and I'm going to test again. I'm going to choose where to start and I'm going to choose manually. Select this, okay, and run. So since this is DeepSeek, I don't have a problem with running so much because it's very cheap. So let's see. So we have the name, perfect, okay. The email, we got it. Unable to attend dinner. Hey Jack, I hope, okay. Best Jared. This is perfect. This is everything we need to set up the email. So we have the first one done. So now we need to select the second one, which is fetching emails, right? And for that we need to, I'll just set up the branch. I think we'll need the same. So we'll need the same here. We need to get the email of the person. So I'm going to clone this. I'm going to put it here. Delete that. Okay. So this will be, first let's set up a message. Can you get me all emails from Jared today? From, let me get the name of the person correct. So it's Jack, okay, or Jake. Can you give me all? So I'm gonna send this message and I'm going to go to here. So this will run and it will stop because it shouldn't go this way. Let's run it and see what kind of JSON it gives us. Okay. So the output is emails to fetch. Okay, so we'll need to email true. So I'm gonna say email. I'm gonna go to Boolean. Boolean equals to, and I'm gonna search for true here. True. If it's true, it will go to here, and I'm gonna say fetch or email fetch. Okay, I will take it to here, and then here I am going to select, I want to get the email of the person, so I'm gonna get the name, and from this we will get the email of the person. And then I want to probably select the Gmail, and I'm gonna search for, is there any search email, like modify email labels? Okay, let's say, let's get the email one, get emails. So here it returns the email that matches specific criteria. Okay, I think this is what we want. We'll search in the, okay, because I didn't connect it anyways. Yes, criteria, all emails. Then here we'll get the email. The sender is, okay, we'll get the email. Then here, the date is from here. We'll get it from start date, and the end date will be here. Perfect. So this is what we want. Test for now. Okay, so this, we'll go through this here and we'll get me the email, and we'll use the email to get it. But when after that, we'll need to make a, because we need to get back. And actually here we also need to get back. So we here, after we send the email, we need to get back as well, right? So we need to Slack, create a message. So I'm gonna say private channel, and I'm gonna maybe I need to select another one. Okay, yes, this one. And I'm gonna, so what I want to do is get back with the email was sent and everything is fine. I can either do it through text, or like I can do the email was sent to, and I could say name, subject, body, let me know if you need anything. Now I can do this with AI, or if it's straightforward, I can just do it this way because I already have everything I need. Okay, so this will send it to, weird, why didn't it work? Okay, now it works. Okay, and here, after we'll fetch all the emails, we will also need to send myself another message, and this message would be different. It would be here are all the emails from, and I will get it from here. Between and okay, and here I would then put the emails that we got, right? Let me see. What do we get here? Header is basic, header list, received, delivered. Okay. So I think I only need the subject of those. For now, click OK. Okay, so this gets me the email. After we get it from the JSON here, we'll get the email. This will only go if there's an email thing. Okay. Now what I need is to also start thinking about calendar, right? And for that, I'm gonna make another one, and I'm gonna go to the Jarvis here, and I'm gonna say, can you schedule a meeting for me for today at 9 evening for dinner. So I'm gonna send this, and I'm gonna see what the JSON would be. Okay. Perfect. So this is the JSON. So meeting creation is true. Meeting date is, it gave me the date, but it didn't give me the time. Okay, so I would need to adjust the part about the date. So this is the email. So here I want to say meeting creation, so meeting date, meeting time. So what I want to say is meeting time, the time of the meeting. Okay, let's redo this. Choose when to start, choose manually. Okay, let me run this and see if it gives me also the time. Perfect, so it gave me the time as well. Okay, so it gave me date, time, meeting creation, true, and if there's any attendees. Here what I want to do is I'm gonna go to calendar, Google Calendar, and I'm going to create an event. But before that, I want to set up the meeting creation here. So I'm gonna set up the filter so it only goes here if it's meeting creation. So it's meeting creation and it's a boolean. So you kind of get the gist here of how to do this. It's only about what the JSON gives us. Let me go here, true. If it's true, go to here, and then in here I can say I want to set up a, so okay, event name, but if we say in detail, what does that say? Okay, so it's good also to give the event a name. So I'm going to go to here and I'm gonna add event name of the meeting, its purpose. Okay, let's say name for now. Okay, the start date would be meeting date, the end date would be meeting date. Let's try this and see what we have. I need to choose where to start, forget that. Choose manually. Okay, we're just iterating now. Let's see what we get. We only need to select here the name. So meeting name, it came. Great. So it told me it did set up a meeting. Let's see where that one. So I'm gonna refresh this. Let me see what the result of this. So it did set up a meeting, but let me see what date. So the meeting, okay, it doesn't know the date, so I need to give it today's date. So I'm gonna say today's date is, and I'm gonna go to, I have a lesson about date, so please check that out. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna format and put this here. So the way, put it here. The way I'm gonna format it, just to stay consistent, is the same way here. Okay. Let me save. Now I'm gonna realign everything, choose from to start, choose manually. This one, let's go. Okay, let's see. Okay, so dinner, it did make one here, but I think the time, we need to fix the time here. It did make it today, but it didn't know what the time is, I think. Okay. Here we're getting the date and we're getting the time. And we're outputting when. Because we're not giving it the time, we're giving it the date. But how do we here, because we're only giving it, so let's say here we say like this, like that. Let's save. Let me delete this one, and let me try to run this another time. Choose manually. Okay, there you go. It did it. It created one at night. Perfect. What we can ask for is the duration of the meeting, right? But what we can do is 30 minutes. Does it work like that? Format is hours. So 00 30. Okay, so I'm gonna save this. So we have this mechanism of creating creating calendars. What we can do is fetch also what dates we have. Let me see if we have in the calendar one to returns. Searches for events on a specific calendar. List can returns the calendar. So I want event. What does this do? So this is new to me as well, so I'm just searching with you. Event types, okay, select all, limit 10. I just want to get the date from there. Okay, let me give another query here. Can you get me all of today's meetings that I need to do, please? And I'm gonna run this. I'm gonna see what kind of JSON I get from this, and based on that, I'm gonna save this and I'm gonna run. And based on the JSON that I have, so calendar is true, date to fetch is perfect. Okay, so here I'm gonna set fetch calendar, and the condition would be calendar, and the operator would be a boolean, and it should be true. Should be true. If it is, go to here, and if it is, then the start date today and the end date is today, and this will give me the events that I have. Let me choose where to start, choose manually, and then I want to this, and I want to run it. Okay, this will get me back an output. So end date, start date, calendar. Okay, event types. Okay, total number of bundles. So we got we didn't get any events, so let me see. Yes, single events. Okay, I think that's the thing. It wasn't single events. I'm gonna choose manually. So what we need to wrap up the calendar one is only to get a response, right? Get a response from so I'm gonna do clone. I'm gonna put here, and then clone, and I'm gonna put there, and the one here. So we created an event. So it's gonna be meeting created for I'm gonna go to here. Yeah, I need to run this again in order to get the at or date. Date will be this, time would be that, and purpose is this. Let me know if you need anything. Here the answer would be here are all of here are all the meetings requested, and here would get the meetings, and there would be date. We'll get date, and here is attendees, reminders, event type. Let's here we'll put them, but let's see first why am I getting 0 bundles. So for today I do have a couple. Maybe I need to select which calendar. So calendar ID is this. So date to fetch. Okay, let me remove the so all of them Let me break this for now because I don't want it to send a Slack message. I'm going to choose from where to run, and I'm going to choose manually. So this is just figuring out how the calendar works. Let's see if we get any. Okay, so now we got generate there. Okay, perfect. Then I could link this to here, and I can choose here. So here I would say, so I got 2 events. So number of meetings would be this. And then the meetings here. I would want to get the summary. And the status. And the start. Okay, gonna click OK, and I think that's good. So the last bit is the research bit. Okay, I'm gonna create another one here. For this one I want to so it will, if we go back to here, we said there's research and there's creative writing. So if there's research, I want to use perplexity. Create a chat completion, and I want to say system message. So assistant user, please research the internet and get me an answer to this query. Okay, now I'll put the query here after that. And if it is creative writing, I just want to simply use a DeepSeek for that, and I will use a normal user role. Can you please help me with creative writing and answer this query? And here I'll put the query. Okay, I'm gonna choose DeepSeek. Okay, I'm gonna click OK, and I'm going to align everything. I'm gonna delete this for now. Okay, this is getting big, but this is awesome. So I'm gonna create a message here. Can you please research for me this? Can you please, or can you please get me today's trends on, for example, on solar energy, for example. So I want to see what kind of the output of the JSON would be. So let me, first I will unlink these just so that it doesn't do anything and spend credits. So here, what its research is true, today's trends on solar energy. Perfect. I'm gonna link this here, and I'm gonna put the query that we got here. and then I am going to get this. So if research is true, and put it here. The condition is freeze. Got the boolean. So now by now you got the gist of this, and it should be quite easy for you to get this to an advanced level, right? And I want to clone this, and I want to get back, okay, with a message about this. Here is the research that you wanted. Okay, and it would be the content of, sorry, not the array, but the content of this message content. Okay, okay. I'm gonna disconnect this for now. We got the content. I'm gonna disconnect this as well, or maybe connect this. It's okay to connect it because the next query is going to be creative writing. So can you help me with writing, or can you write me a nice resignation letter? Okay, so let me see what where it goes here. I'm gonna push it and see. So okay, gonna not like this, like this. So creative writing is true. This is the last branch here. We have too many branches, to be honest. Okay, it is a boolean as always. So it is a boolean. Let me search for boolean. I didn't find it. Okay, equal to true. If it is equal to true, then take this path, and if it is, the query would be this one, and I'm going to duplicate this, and the answer would be sorry, here is the creative writing that you wanted, and here I would choose the choices message content. Okay, so look at that. So I'm gonna realign everything, save, and I want to say congratulations. So this is an AI agent in Make. The way this AI agent, let me just recap. The way this one works is it waits for a message from Slack. Once it gets the message, it hooks it into DeepSeek, and in DeepSeek we gave it a system message that tells us how to work. But the main point is whatever the prompt here, DeepSeek will output a JSON file, a JSON, and the JSON would be exactly what the aim of that message. And then based on the JSON, it will give us options, right? And based on that, we created 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you can even create more. We created all these branches, and all these branches check if certain values is true, it will take this branch. If certain value is true, it will take that branch. And what we did here in the first one is about email, and we created this contact sheet which has the names and the emails and the number of the people that we usually work with, and then it will go ahead and search for the name. It will this one is email draft. It will search for the name. It will create the body based on what we gave it. It will create the body, the subject, and it will send us a final message of what it did. Also here for fetching as well, for creating events, for searching for events. We even had a branch for research. We use Perplexity because it uses recent information from the internet. And we have a section for creative writing. So as much as tools go, we use Slack, we used OpenRouter for using DeepSeek, we used Perplexity, we used of course email, calendar, and Google Sheets. So this one is pretty much intensive. So the the last bit I need to do is just add the email, connect my email in here, and it'll all be functioning well. And of course, if you want to have more branches, you can have as much branches as you want. You only need to update the system message. Now, before I leave, I want to say I will save this. I will export this blueprint for you so you don't have to recreate all of this, so you can build on this moving forward. And I will leave the link in the description box below to access everything. If you did like this lesson, please give it a like. And of course subscribe for more videos. I created this live with you guys. This is why it took some time to create. So there was a lot of guessing because some of the nodes are used for the first time. But I think this is very beneficial for you to see how I troubleshoot things and how I try to fix all of these issues as I work with them. Okay. And of course you will also be in that situation while you create your automations and while you do them, because I'm no programmer and I'm sure lots of you are not as well. But the main purpose of this is the no code factor in it, so that everybody can and is able to create automations that makes their life easier. And now with the abundance, with DeepSeek making the AI models available and reachable for everyone, being that it's very and extremely cheap, everybody could start implementing their AI models in AI agents, in automations. So you don't have to figure out a lot of things. And as you saw, the whole system message for DeepSeek that I used is just based on a prompt that I put in ChatGPT. It gave me a very well written and well made system message that I couldn't write on my own. I just gave it the main bullet points for it to create the main system message that I had an idea about, and then it drafted everything for me. So I just copied and pasted, and of course I added to it as I go along, but it just gave me an excellent way to start. It gave me a way to a prompt that DeepSeek could understand, and based on that, everything that I send through the message. Now this is, as I said, this is triggered by Slack, but it could be triggered by Discord, it could be triggered by WhatsApp, it could be triggered by email, it could be triggered by Siri. So the number of triggers is a lot, so you can trigger it as much as you with a lot of tools, depending on the tools that you use on a daily basis. What is better for you, you can trigger this scenario as you please. Okay, I have another video on how to trigger make.com scenarios from Siri, so make sure to check that out if you want to make this Siri trigger. And don't forget that at the end, make sure you have a feedback. So after the task is done, make sure you have a feedback on what if the task is finished, to get feedback. Okay, we drafted this email, we sent it this email, we created this event, this is your research. So always have the last node as the result of the action that was created during this automation. This is very important. Now, of course, don't forget about error handling, right? You can always put some error handling, especially with this with these nodes. The OpenRouter or any AI model, just put just a safety error handler. In order, if it bumps into an error, you'll get a notification, or or it could just proceed, or it could do whatever you want, but it just won't stop the automation, and it won't block it from moving forward. Okay, sorry about having a long lesson, but I think this is a start for a lot of very cool things. Now this AI agent, this does like the personal AI agent that does the main tasks for you, but it could be also expanded to business AI agents. So it could be controlling your social media posts, it could be controlling your business, it could be controlling your income streams, it could be expanded to a lot of things. Okay, enough with the talking. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.